Have you ever wondered why some people are just obsessed with saving every penny while others swipe their credit card like it's a sport? Or maybe you've been called cheap just because you're cautious with your money. Today, I'm spilling the tea on why I'm proudly frugal, why I embrace simplicity, and how it makes my life richer. Yep, I said richer. And the real freedom that comes with it. Hands up, it's not about being stingy, it's about being smart. So if you are curious why frugality is the best decision I ever made, stick around, let's get into it. Part 1. Cheap with frugal, what's the difference? So let's get this one out of the way. Frugal and cheap are not the same thing. People love to mix them up, but let me break it down. Cheapness is all about spending as little as possible, even if that means cutting corners. Thinking of a person who buys the cheapest headphones that break after 2 uses. Sure, they saved some cash up front, but they are back to square one in no time. Frugality, on the other hand, is like being a savvy shopper ninja. It's about getting the most value out of every dollar. I'd rather buy a solid, well-made $150 pair of boots that lasts me a decade than a $20 pair I will have to replace next season. Frugality is about long-term savings, not just the cheapest options in the moment. So ask yourself, what's something you've splurged on that totally paid off? Let me know in the comments below because sometimes spending more really is worth it. But maybe you want to ask why I don't crave more. After all, we all live in a consumer society. Well, I will be honest. Growing up, I didn't have tons of stuff, but I never felt like I was missing out either. Well, my family wasn't rolling in cash, but my parents taught me the value of living within your means. They focused on what matters, and that stuck with me. So here I am as an adult with a whole world of online shopping, social media ads, and the never-ending buy now buttons. But the craving for more just isn't there. I just don't get FOMO when I see other people's shopping hauls or brand new gadgets. If anything, I feel a sense of peace knowing that I have exactly what I need. Now, I'm not saying I never want new things, but I've learned to pause and ask myself, do I really need this? Or it's just the algorithm making me thinking I do? Spoiler alert, 90% of the time, it's the algorithm. And let me tell you, that pause has saved me so much money and kept my house from turning into a storage unit for 20 stuff I will forget about in a month. Part 3. Simple living equals frugal living. Frugality and simple living are like peanuts, butter, and jelly. They just go together. When you only keep things that you actually value, you naturally spend less because you are not out here buying stuff you don't need. For example, I decided to simplify my closet with a capsule wardrobe. Now, instead of staring at 50 shirts and feeling like I have nothing to wear, I have about 10 go-to pieces I genuinely love. This isn't just a money saver, it's a sanity saver. No more closet chaos, no more keeping up with trends. Frugality is also about efficiency. Instead of eating out every day, I meal prep once a week. It saves me money and keeps me from this midweek scramble like, oh, what should I eat? Or, oh God, I don't want to cook. And then it turns into, why not just order takeout? You know what I mean? We've all been there. So seriously, the beauty of simple living is it frees up space, mental and physical. You'd be amazed at how much lighter life feels when you're not drowning in stuff. So if you ask about my ultimate goal, I would say it's freedom, not fancy standards. Let's get real for a second. Society is all about standards. Fancy cars, designer clothes, the biggest house. But here's the thing, none of that is lasting. Today's trendy standard symbol is tomorrow's outdated gadget. So what I'm after is freedom. Freedom from worrying about the next must-have thing and the freedom to actually enjoy what I have. Instead of chasing after the external validation, I find so much more peace looking inward. When you're not constantly trying to keep up, you get to set your own priorities and goals. My goal is to inner calm and a life that feels good to me, not a life that looks good on Instagram. So have you ever chosen peace over trying to impress others? Trust me, it's empowering. Let me know in the comments below if you've had a similar aha moment. Part 5 is your environment affects your mind. Seriously, your surroundings matter. When my space is cluttered, I feel like my brain is cluttered too. On the flip side, when my space is clean and organized, I feel lighter and more focused. That's why I prioritize a simple, minimalistic home. Every few months, I go through my stuff and donate or sell what I don't need. It's like a mental reset every time. You'd be amazed how decluttering your space can clear up your mind. Keeping my space clear isn't just about looks. It's about staying grounded and reducing stress. So give it a try if you haven't yet. Part 6. Biggest Frugality Foes. Marketing and fashion. Now let's talk about the real enemies of frugality. Marketing and fashion. These industries are genius at making us feel like we need things we really don't. Okay, take fast fashion for example. There's always a new trend, a new must-have. And if you don't keep up, we just feel out of touch. But here's a trick I've learned. Before buying anything trendy, I ask myself, will I still like this next year? Most of the time, the answer is no. Marketers are paid to make us feel like we're missing out. But don't let them control your wallet. Asking yourself what you really want, not what they're trying to sell you, is so freeing. Don't let the marketers convince you that you need every new thing they're pushing. Regaining control over your choices is so empowering. Wow, if you're still watching, you're amazing. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. It means a world to me. Next one, the real juicy part is coming. So let's get to the practical stuff. Here's where I save money without feeling like I'm sacrificing. Number 1 is food. I stick to a grocery list, which helps me avoid impulse buys and keeps my fridge from turning into a food wasteland. Number 2 is coffee. Instead of $5 daily coffee once, I make my own at home. I've even started experimenting with coffee recipes, and now my homemade coffee feels like a treat. Number 3 is transportation. Living in a small city, I don't own a car. I walk everywhere, which saves me gas money and doubles as daily exercise. Number 4 is utility bills. Simple habits like turning off lights and not wasting water really adds up over time. Number 5 is internet. I switched to a budget internet provider, saving hundreds without a noticeable drop in quantity. Number 6, secondhand shopping. I buy certain things like books and home decor secondhand. It's cheaper and eco-friendly. So what's your favorite money-saving hack? Share in the comments because I'm always looking for new ideas. Part 8. Where I choose to spend. Even though I've talked so much about saving, let's be real. Being frugal doesn't mean I'm a total cheapskate. It's all about spending intentionally on what truly matters. For me, it's less about pitching pennies and more about investing in things that bring real values to my life. Here are my top picks. The first one is healthy food. Let's face it, food is like fuel, and I'm not about to run on cheap gas. I will happily splurge on fresh, quality ingredients because good health is the foundation of everything else. Plus, isn't it nice when your meal actually tastes as good as they are for you? The second one is travel. You can't put a price tag on memories. Okay, maybe the airline does, but you get the idea. For me, a good trip is worth every penny. The sights, the stories, the remember one moments, those are priceless. The third one is self-improvement. I'm a total sucker for anything that makes me a better version of myself. A course, a workshop, or even a great book. It's like giving my brain a spa day. And honestly, investing in yourself is the smartest money move you can make. Part 9, your frugal challenge. Try a no buy month. So that's the reason why I'm so frugal and how I did it. Want to give frugality a try? Challenge yourself to a no buy month. For 30 days, buy only the essentials. Track what you don't spend and see how much you save. It's a funny way to get a taste of frugality and see if it's right for you. Trust me, you might just find that you don't miss the extras as much as you thought. Thanks for hanging out with me and diving into the world of frugality. Let me know if any of these tips resonated with you. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. Remember, frugality isn't about living with less, it's about living better. See you next time. Bye!